You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Don't eat late at night. But what if I told you that having protein right before bed could actually be the secret to faster muscle growth? Yeah, I know. It sounds like fitness blasphemy. Late-night snacking is supposed to be the enemy. But what if the real mistake is skipping it? Because here's the truth. Most people obsess over what they eat during the day. They count macros, plan post-workout shakes, eat every 3 hours like clockwork, but then go to bed with an empty stomach, right when their body needs nutrients the most. Here's what they're missing. Muscle doesn't grow in the gym. The gym just creates the stimulus. The real transformation happens later, while you sleep. When your body enters repair mode, hormones peak, and the rebuilding begins. And yet, most lifters are unintentionally starving their muscles during those critical overnight hours. No protein, no amino acids, no building blocks to work with. It's like trying to build a house with no bricks. The question is, does feeding your body protein before sleep actually make a difference? Or is it just another overhyped gym myth recycled by supplement companies and TikTok trainers? That's what we're uncovering tonight. We'll break down real studies from 2016 to 2023 that reveal what really happens when you give your body protein before bed, not just for muscle growth, but for recovery, endurance, sleep quality, fat loss, and yes, even longevity. Because this isn't about adding another trend to your routine. It's about aligning your nutrition with your biology, feeding your body exactly when it's ready to grow. And if you stick with me until the end, you'll walk away with the full blueprint. What to take, how much, when, and why it works. The science is clear, and once you understand it, you'll never look at nighttime the same way again. If this is already hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button. Because what's coming next might just change the way you train forever. How muscles actually grow, and why sleep is crucial. Let's clear up one thing right now. Muscles don't grow while you're training. They grow when you stop. That's right. The moment you drop the weights, the real work begins. What you feel during a workout, the burn, the pump, the fatigue, that's just the stimulus. It's important, but it's only half the story. Every time you lift, sprint, or push your body past its comfort zone, you're creating microscopic damage in your muscle fibers. Tiny tears. These aren't injuries. They're signals. Your body reads those signals and says, okay, time to rebuild and make it stronger. That rebuilding phase? It doesn't happen at the gym. It kicks in later, especially when you sleep. During deep sleep, your body goes into full-on anabolic mode. Growth hormone levels spike. Testosterone rises. And protein synthesis, the process of turning amino acids into new muscle tissue, ramps up hard. That's your body doing what it's designed to do: recover, rebuild, and adapt. But here's the catch. Your body can only rebuild muscle if it has the raw materials. That means amino acids, the building blocks of protein, have to be available when that recovery process is peaking. If you're running on empty at night, guess what? You're missing a major opportunity to grow. This is where most people mess up without even realizing it. They hit their protein goals during the day, sure, but then they go to bed with no plan. Nothing in the tank for the most critical window of recovery. It's like scheduling a construction crew, but forgetting to deliver the bricks. So the question becomes, if sleep is when your muscles rebuild, wouldn't it make sense to fuel that process right before it starts? That's the idea behind pre-bed protein. And what comes next is where the science starts to flip the script. The 2016 study that changed everything about nighttime protein. Until a few years ago, the idea of eating protein right before bed was surrounded by skepticism. Most people saw it as unnecessary, or worse, counterproductive. Eat during the day, they said. Give your digestion a break at night. But in 2016, a group of researchers set out to test that belief. What they found would quietly reshape how athletes, coaches, and nutritionists approach recovery. The goal of the study was simple: to find out if consuming protein right before sleep could actually stimulate muscle growth overnight. Not just in theory, in real biological terms. So they took a group of participants and gave them a dose of protein just before bed. Then they tracked what happened inside their bodies while they slept. The results were crystal clear. Muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers, increased significantly during sleep when protein was consumed beforehand. That means the body wasn't just resting, it was building, quietly, efficiently, without any effort from the person sleeping, aside from making that one smart choice before bedtime. This completely changed the game, because up until that point, most of the conversation around protein focused on total daily intake. As long as you hit your number, you were good. But this study showed that when you eat your protein matters just as much as how much you eat. What the researchers discovered is that the body responds differently to nutrients, depending on the timing. And during sleep, the environment inside your body is incredibly anabolic. Hormone levels are peaking, recovery is in motion, and muscle tissue is ready to grow. But without available amino acids in the bloodstream, that entire process slows down. The signal is there, but there's no fuel to act on it. This wasn't some fringe theory either. After this study, top athletes and coaches began shifting their protocols. Recovery shakes moved from post-workout to pre-bed. Nutrition plans were adjusted to include casein, cottage cheese, or whey before lights out. Because suddenly, that late-night window wasn't just downtime. It was prime time for growth. And that was just the beginning. Because years later, an even bigger breakthrough would flip the script again. Not just about timing, but about which protein works best. And the answer? It's not what you think. Whey versus casein, the 2023 game changer. For years, the bedtime protein king was casein. If you asked any coach or nutritionist what to take before sleep, casein was the go-to answer. And it made sense. It digests slowly, releases amino acids gradually, and seemed perfectly matched to the long, quiet hours of sleep. A slow drip of fuel while your body rebuilt muscle tissue. Sounded like a no-brainer. But science isn't about sticking to tradition. It's about testing assumptions. And in 2023, a team of researchers decided to put this belief to the test. They wanted to know, is slow really better? Or could a fast-digesting protein like whey actually outperform casein even overnight? The setup was simple but powerful. 36 trained men were split into 3 groups. After an hour of cycling, they consumed one of 3 options before bed: 45 grams of whey protein, 45 grams of casein, or a placebo. Then the researchers tracked how their bodies responded while they slept. What they found flipped the script completely. The group that consumed whey protein experienced a 35% increase in myofibrillar protein synthesis. That's the exact process responsible for building the muscle fibers tied to strength and size. The casein group? Only an 18% increase. That's nearly half the response. And the placebo group, as expected, showed no significant change. But the surprises didn't stop there. Whey also boosted mitochondrial protein synthesis more than casein. That's huge, because mitochondria aren't just about strength, they're your body's energy factories. More mitochondrial activity means better endurance, improved stamina, and less fatigue. And here's the kicker. Even though whey is known to digest faster, the amino acid levels in the bloodstream stayed elevated longer with whey than with casein. That completely shattered the old logic. The slowest protein didn't provide the longest support. The fastest one did. Why? That's what the next topic is all about. Why whey protein wins, the leucine advantage. After the 2023 study flipped the old logic on its head, everyone had the same question. How could a fast-digesting protein like whey outperform a slow one like casein overnight? The answer wasn't just about speed. It came down to one powerful amino acid, leucine. Leucine is like the ignition key for muscle growth. It activates a biological pathway called mTOR, short for mechanistic target of rapamycin. When mTOR gets triggered, your body ramps up muscle protein synthesis. In other words, leucine tells your body, it's time to build. And that message is loud and clear when there's enough leucine in your bloodstream. Here's where whey protein dominates. It contains about 10 to 12% leucine, while casein hovers closer to 8%. That extra bump makes a massive difference. It means whey doesn't just digest quickly, it hits harder. It delivers a sharper, stronger muscle-building signal right when your body is most primed to respond. Think of it like this. Casein is a slow, steady drip from a garden hose. Whey is a high-pressure burst from a fire hydrant. Both deliver water, but one hits with way more force and gets the job done faster and more effectively. This isn't just theory. Athletes who've switched to whey before bed often report stronger recovery, reduced soreness, and better progress over time. Because it's not just about keeping amino acids flowing all night. It's about sending a powerful enough signal to trigger actual growth. And leucine is that signal. So while casein still has its place, the game has changed. The science is clear. If you want to maximize muscle building during sleep, leucine content matters. And that puts whey firmly in the lead. But we're not done yet. Because there's still one big concern that stops a lot of people from eating before bed. Does eating protein before bed affect sleep quality? One of the biggest reasons people avoid eating before bed has nothing to do with muscle. It's about sleep. They worry it'll mess with their rest, make them feel heavy, bloated, restless. And it's a valid concern. Because if something compromises your sleep, it's going to affect recovery no matter how much protein you take in. But here's what most don't know. Protein isn't the problem. In fact, research shows it might actually be part of the solution. Multiple studies have looked into this exact question, and the findings are surprisingly positive. Unlike high-carb or fatty meals, protein doesn't spike insulin levels or crash your blood sugar overnight. That means your energy stays stable, and your body doesn't go into stress mode while you sleep. No tossing, no turning, no waking up at 3 a.m., feeling wired or drained. Even better, certain amino acids found in protein, especially tryptophan, are precursors to melatonin and serotonin, two key hormones that regulate your sleep cycle. That's right, protein can help your body naturally relax and transition into deep sleep. Not only does it not harm sleep, it may actually support it. Now, of course, there are a couple caveats. If you eat a massive amount of food, or slam down a shake with tons of artificial additives, you might feel discomfort, especially if you're prone to digestive issues. That's not a protein problem, that's a digestion problem. The solution? Keep it simple. Stick with clean, moderate doses of protein, ideally around 25 to 30 grams, and consume it about 30 to 90 minutes before bed. Give your system time to settle. And here's something even more compelling. A few studies showed that individuals who consumed protein before bed not only slept well, they woke up less sore and more recovered. That means higher sleep quality and better performance the next day. Win-win. Bottom line, if you're worried that protein will mess with your sleep, you can let that fear go. It's not just safe. It might actually make your nights better and your mornings stronger. And the benefits don't stop there, because what comes next goes beyond muscle. Beyond muscle. Surprising extra benefits of pre-bed protein. It's easy to get locked into the muscle mindset. Bigger biceps, stronger lifts, faster gains. But the truth is, the benefits of eating protein before bed go far beyond just hypertrophy. When you align your nighttime nutrition with your body's natural recovery processes, the ripple effects reach nearly every system in your body. Let's start with endurance. Remember that 2023 study? It didn't just show improved muscle synthesis, it revealed increased mitochondrial protein synthesis as well. That's huge. Mitochondria are your body's power plants, and building more of them means more energy, better stamina, and faster recovery between sets and sessions. Whether you're lifting, running, or cycling, this matters. Then there's muscle soreness. Protein taken before bed has been shown to reduce delayed-onset muscle soreness. That stiff, aching feeling the day after a hard workout. Why? Because your body has the amino acids it needs to repair tissue damage while you sleep. Not hours later when it's already behind. You wake up feeling ready to move, not wrecked and dragging. But it goes deeper. Nighttime protein also plays a role in immune function. Your immune cells need amino acids to repair and multiply, especially after physical stress like training. That means consistent protein intake, even at night, can support your body's ability to fight off illness and bounce back faster from fatigue. And if you're in a fat loss phase, this is where nighttime protein becomes essential. During a calorie deficit, your body risks breaking down muscle for energy. Protein before bed helps preserve lean mass, which not only protects your strength, but also keeps your metabolism higher. You're literally defending your gains while you sleep. And let's not forget satiety. Late-night cravings are one of the biggest reasons diets fail. But when you give your body something substantial, like a scoop of whey or a bowl of Greek yogurt, you stay fuller, longer. That means fewer mindless snacks, less binge eating, and more control. So yes, the muscle gains matter. But when you zoom out, you'll see the real value. Better sleep, stronger immunity, faster recovery, reduced soreness, improved body composition, and fewer setbacks. All from one small addition to your nightly routine. And now that the why is clear, it's time to break down the how. What should you take? When? And how do you make it work for your lifestyle? How to apply this strategy in real life, and who needs it most? Now that the science is clear, the next question is simple. How do you make this work in real life? Because theory is great, but if you can't apply it consistently, it won't change a thing. So let's break it down. First, how much protein should you actually take before bed? Most research suggests that 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein is enough for the average active person. That's roughly 1 scoop of whey, a cup of Greek yogurt, or a solid serving of cottage cheese. The 2023 study used 45 grams, which is fine for athletes in high-intensity training cycles, but it's more than most people need daily. Second, timing matters. You don't need to chug a shake 5 minutes before hitting the pillow. The sweet spot is about 30 minutes to 2 hours before bed. That gives your body time to start digestion, avoids discomfort, and ensures amino acids are circulating as you fall into deep sleep. Third, what's the best type of protein? Based on the latest data, whey takes the lead. It stimulates more muscle protein synthesis, contains more leucine, and surprisingly provides longer amino acid elevation than casein. But that doesn't mean casein is useless. In fact, a blend of whey and casein might be ideal for some. Fast and slow digestion combined? Prefer whole foods? No problem. Options like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, boiled eggs, or even milk can provide a mix of casein and whey, plus additional nutrients. For those who are plant-based, there are excellent alternatives like soy, pea, or rice protein. Just make sure your choice delivers enough leucine, which is key to triggering mTOR and muscle growth. Now let's talk about who benefits the most from this strategy. First, anyone struggling to hit daily protein targets. Pre-bed intake helps bridge the gap. Second, those on calorie-restricted or fat-loss diets, where preserving lean mass is a priority. Third, athletes going through hard training blocks who need every edge in recovery. Fourth, older adults who naturally experience lower protein synthesis rates due to anabolic resistance. For them, timing becomes even more critical. And fifth, bodybuilders or physique athletes cutting for competition. Every gram counts when you're trying to stay lean and muscular. Bottom line, if you're serious about training, aging strong, or just making the most of your recovery, adding protein before bed is one of the simplest, most effective changes you can make. And now, with the research behind you, you can do it with confidence, not guesswork. At the end of the day, building muscle isn't just about lifting more or eating cleaner. It's about understanding your body's rhythm and aligning your habits with it. And the truth is, your most anabolic window doesn't happen when you're flexing in the mirror. It happens when your eyes are closed, your body's still, and your system is quietly rebuilding from the inside out. That's where most people fall short. Not from lack of effort, but from missing the timing. They train hard, eat well, and then go to bed with nothing fueling the most important hours of the recovery process. And now you know better. Science has revealed what the old-school advice missed. Protein before bed isn't just okay. It's a powerful upgrade to your entire recovery strategy. It helps you sleep better, recover faster, build more muscle, protect your gains, and support your body long-term. No fluff, no gimmicks, just smart, biologically aligned action. So here's your move. Don't just hear this. Apply it. Add that scoop of whey. Prep that yogurt bowl. Make it part of your nightly routine. Because if you do this consistently, the results won't just show up in the mirror. They'll show up in how you feel, how you perform, and how fast you keep improving. What's the one thing you're changing in your training after this? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If this video gave you at least one aha moment, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's keep building this together. And if you know someone who trains hard but still feels stuck, share this with them, because they might be missing the exact same piece.